Hi, everybody. I think we're going live now. So I'm just going to double check on the iPad. I'm Laura of Laura's Stamping Legacy Studio. So nice to see you here. Thank you for joining in. I've been doing Stampin' Up for 5 years now. And I do lives and challenge cards and demos about once a month. I think I took a little break here because I set up a new system. But excuse me for 1 second. Come on in, like, share. Tell your friends and get settled in. Let me see if we're actually showing up. It's always nice when that happens. It appears we are. All right. I'll have to check my comments over here on my iPad because I don't have a way yet on my new system to do that. So if you are watching, give me a thumbs up. I do see one little eyeball over there. So that means there is somebody watching. Let me know that you can see this. As I said, I had a little difficulties the last time I did a live a couple months ago, and I've been researching and setting up a new system. So it's all water under the bridge. This is my inaugural new system on OBS. So I will get a few more of the things tweaked and figured out before we do one of these again. But I'm able to go ahead and forge ahead with our demonstration tonight of our next challenge card. But come on in. I know we're all busy right now. I'm not sure what you're all up to. Thank you again for joining me. I know I'm getting ready for Christmas and have a big list, as many of you do, with everything else going on in our lives. So I really value you taking the time to watch tonight and join on. So, oh, there's Tanya. Good. Someone can see me. Thank you. I have to go 3 different places here. I have a whole little setup going on. So I'll try to keep an eye over here on comments. It's a little tricky when you use your iPad. So let's go ahead. I will go ahead and switch on down. I have a way to do that easily here to our tabletop. As you're coming in, feel free to give me a like and share. This way we can keep track of what's going on. Oh, that's going better now. So if you ask questions, I'll try to take a look later and follow up with those. We all know that in January we're going to be getting a new catalog, and it'll be Celebration. We do Celebration once a year. It's a great sale. You buy a certain amount of products and you get to pick some products free. So as demonstrators, that's one of the perks. We get to pre-order from the new catalogs. So we got to do pre-order actually a couple weeks earlier even, and had things by the 1st of December. So if you want, let me know in the comments whether you would like me after the demo to show you some of the new products that I happen to have here sitting beside me. But I'm more than willing to do that. So before we get into the challenge, though, there's a few things that I want to share with you. I do have some housekeeping things to do. We already talked about the new broadcast system, and it's apparently working, and you can hear me and all that good stuff. So having a hard time seeing comments at the moment, but if I don't see them during this, I will answer them later. Hopefully I can see them and figure out what your preference is for seeing the new product or not. But there are some other things going on right now that you do not want to miss. One of those, where's my paperwork? Is our free shipping. And this sale is going on right now. It's not a sale, it's a free shipping. There is a sale going on right now too. Let's talk about that as well. Right now we have a sale that's been going on since the beginning of the month, and that's the last chance product sale. And as new product is going to come in, old product of course is going to go out. And they discount some of this up to 60%. So that blends really well. The last chance products is still going on, and there's still quite a few, if not all, of the products that were listed at the beginning of the month. Some things have sold out. But not only can you get your last chance products and anything else you need, you can get free shipping on them for 3 days. It started today, runs through Wednesday. You have to have an order of at least 75 to qualify for the free shipping. You can always join in with a friend if you need to combine to get up to that total. I know that my wish list had no problem getting to that total. So I have a free shipment on the way now. So don't miss those going on, especially the free shipping. That isn't something you see every day. So that is something of the housekeeping going on. What else do we have before we move on? I think that's it. Got the free shipping. I do have a host code. I always run a host code if you place an order with me online, or that's the best way to put your host code in. This is the current host code. You can find it on my website. You can find it in my group. And if you place an order, you just simply put this in the appropriate box in your shopping cart. And you're connected to our group workshop order that goes in for the month. And if you order at least $25 before tax and shipping, I will you earn a chance at the rewards drawing for the workshop of the host code that month if it reaches workshop status. So it has to have a certain amount of orders in there for that to happen. But we always run that, so be sure to always check for that. All right, let's move this stuff aside. I know you're here for the card demonstration. We do run a challenge card, and when I run a challenge card, the way that works is I will demonstrate a particular layout or template of a card, and then I give you 2 to 3 weeks to complete that, and then share a picture of that in our accompanying group. If you do it by the deadline, then you have one chance in earning or being, I draw a name for everyone that completes that and shares a picture to win a prize. And everyone that does complete the challenge card can also get a little mini product share that I send out. Basically a little card bits in an envelope for you to create with. And then the prize, of course, goes to just one person out of those that complete it. So this month's challenge card is a corner angle card, and I cased it from Karina Chin Karina, who is another demonstrator and card maker. Wish I could see your comments. I keep checking. Oh, there you are. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Terry. Oh, good. I hope you get home safe and can watch from there. So I can see comments if I touch it. That's great to know. I don't know if you noticed, girls, but I did ask if you'd like to see new product at the end after the demonstration. Just let me know and I will tell you. Also, give me any comments you think about the setup and how it looks. I know the lighting is a little off right now, and I won't be having any banners or such on there because I haven't sorted that out yet. But I will tweak all those things as I go. But do tell me how the view is of the desktop for you and stuff, because I know that's really important. So these are the cards that I have already put together from this corner angle card design that I have going. It basically is a quick and easy way, and I know I souped them up a little bit here by adding in some embellishments and ribbon, but all you really need is some cardstock, a 6x6 sheet of DSP, a sentiment tag, and you're good to go. And you can quickly make a lot of cards. So just a really pretty setup. This is from Cherry Cobbler and that St. Nick's paper that I've been using so much that I love. And I finished out the inside of these. A few of these products are retired. Some of these are current. So just a mix. This is that, I think it's called Season's Greetings. It has those wonderful dies and sentiments for Christmas. Let me grab that. Hold, please. Oh, it's called Peaceful Season. I'm so sorry. This is that set that I'm using there. You probably have a glare on there, and I apologize about that. But that's the set that I used. And it comes, it also has accompanying dies, which is what I use for my sentiment tag. So things are going to end up on the floor here. Let's set these aside, and we'll talk about the dimensions. Don't get too worried. I promise to post the dimensions in the comments below later. Well, now it's not showing me comments. Now it is. Got to touch it in the right place. I tell you what. So your base is going to be 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. And you'll want, if you have a dark card base, you'll want a white liner to put your inside sentiment on. So, and you can just determine what size. I think I made this the same size as layer 2 on the front. So I made that, my inside was 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. As I said, don't be too worried about writing all this down now. I will be putting it in the comments as well. Then there are 2 layers. there is a base underneath, a layer 2 and a layer 1. So your layer 1 is 5 3/4. I'm sorry, 5 by 3 3/4. And I went ahead and I did emboss this. I embossed it with the Painted Texture 3D embossing folder. This is currently on the last chance products list, and I don't know what I'm going to do because this has been one of my favorite folders. I don't know about you all. Does anyone out there have a favorite folder that they like? But this particular folder, I've been using this quite a bit, and they've had it in their active status as a product for quite some time now. And I know they're coming out with something in the new catalog. I can't show you that yet. We're not allowed to show things in there. I didn't purchase it. And it's more of a, I forget what they called it. Maybe Cindy or Tanya remember or can look in their catalogs. But it had like thumbprints. It kind of was stucco-y, but it was even thicker. It looked like really thick pattern with these divots that seemed round or semi-round. So that's what they're replacing this with, and I just didn't like it as much as I do like this one. Kind of like when you have a dog that you love and you just can't get another because the other thing is kind of similar but not the same. So that's how I feel about this tried and true. Anyway, that's what I used on layer number 1. And you don't have to do that. That's just one thing you can do to juice up your card a bit. And then layer number 2 is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. So that's this layer. We'll take these off because I'm going to be working with that. Okay. And then the piece of designer series paper. Now this was cut down from a 12 by 12. We do have a lot of 6 by 6 designer series paper. It's the Holly. I think it's Cherry Cobbler and it's Mossy Meadow are the colors. And that's St. Nick's, Traditions of St. Nick's, I think it was called, 12 by 12 DSP. I will not be using the back side. Direction is, if you have a directional paper, that's something to consider for this card. I did not get a sample done to show you. Some papers you might be able to use both sides. This one, I don't think I would want to use this side. It's not cheery enough for Christmas. It's good for other things. But if you're going to have a directional, you may end up with a couple of these cuts that don't work for you direction-wise on a card, and then perhaps the back would work. But luck would have it, this one doesn't have any direction, so I can do what I want with cutting. So we're going to need our cutter. So let's get that out. Our trimmer, paper trimmer. Move things around a little bit. We got some tight corridors here until I figure out my new space. I want to make sure I'm in the picture for you. So what you're going to need to do for your, and I think I'll show you what I did on my mock-up here. For your designer series paper, you're going to cut this. I'll show you how you're going to cut it. You're going to mark 1.5 inches. Here's a little, if you can see this paper. You're going to go around each side and measure in 1.5 and mark it. So each side of this paper you're going to mark with 1/2, and then one more. And then you're just going to connect the lines. You can just mark, and if you're on your paper trimmer, you may just line it up and cut it without drawing the lines. That's totally, in fact, acceptable. What I've done to show you, because it's hard to see sometimes in the light, is this is the side I'm using. So I actually marked the back side because I know I'm not going to use that. And if you look, I've got my 1.5 marks in red on each corner here. And I did not draw the line across. I'm just going to line mine up in my cutter. And you can do the same thing. So I'm putting that red right where the cut will go. And I'm putting the bottom one in there too. Oh, I like this much better for my working. I hope you can see things well. I know it may be hard with this little. Once you get it lined up, and keep it that way, go ahead and give it a cut. The tricky part now is holding this together as you turn it. And you can check it out to make sure. Then you want to get that next red mark and the other red mark. So you want to hold your square together. Are we on camera? We are. Okay. I'm a little off. There we go. Make sure you're still a square before you cut this. I think I am, and I think we're lined up. Now I marked it in red so you could see, plus that's the back of my design. Then you end up with your 4 pieces that you're going to create with. So there we go. Now you see that? And these go back like a puzzle, and you can put them back. See, I'm not gonna be able to put them back. Oh my goodness. Well, anyway, you're gonna put these. If you want to play puzzle, you can. Excuse me. But I obviously am not doing well at playing puzzle. But that's not the object. Get your 4 pieces, and then you'll get your base and your 2 layers. I would not layer what number was this one? Your top one over the bottom one, and then do your DSP. Do your DSP first, just in case it has a little trouble lining up. So you can decide. There's multiple ways this can go. As you can see with mine, I put it down here, and I did horizontal, and I did this as a vertical card, and I put it up top. You could put it down here. It can go, and once you get it on there, you can flip it around, and it can be any which way. So you can decide how you want to put your cards together. For the sake of this one, I think, so I can go this way with it. I think I want to make a vertical out of this one. And I don't know, it's tricky. I think I'm going to put it over there for this one. So then all you need to do is, I'm using glue. You can use adhesive runner if you want. I think glue gives you a little bit of wiggle room, because when it comes to this, you really want that to line up well at the edges, right at the edges. So when it comes to that, you might want to be able to move it around. So I'm going to probably take this off camera here to make sure I get it right. Once I get it kind of lined up, and move it around just a little and get that down there. Okay, there you go. And then you can check how you did. I did great. I've had other ones today that were quite a ways off. But if you've done this part first before you layered, you could always take your snips and you can give a little cut on any excess that's showing there. So once you do that, it's just a matter of layering. You'll save these other 4 pieces for your other 3 cards. I've already got 8 cards made out of this, and I have a bunch of others set to go, because we all know we think we're going to have our cards done. We have these grand hopes of Christmas in July and completing all our cards, and the next thing you know, it is December 9th or 10th, and I've been doing good for my customers with calendars and cards. They're not all out the door, but they're pretty much ready. But I have family and friends that need their cards as well. So just line that up. And then I had a sentiment here, and I'm going to put that, and I can still decide to put this. I didn't stamp my inside yet, so maybe I am going to go on the top. Or maybe it is going to go on the bottom. I'm just not quite sure which way I'm going to go with it. I think I'm going to go up, like I said. Yep. Because that's how I cut my ribbon. So I don't have a choice. I do have, this is a retired cherry cobbler. I do have, I think, the cherry cobbler in gold, but I couldn't seem to locate it. Before I put this on, though, a lot of times if I'm designing, and I'm putting white somewhat over white. I will distress it. And for those of you that don't know distressing, it's putting a little bit of ink on the edge of your paper. And somewhere here I've got a scratch. Here it is, paper. So you just get a dauber or a bit of sponge and give a little on your ink pad. And that's the cherry cobbler ink. I don't usually do in red, but I thought for this I would, just to... It has a clean look if you left it white, but I decided I want a little demarcation, add a little more depth to it. I know I have one customer out there who loves to distress. She's not watching tonight, but it does add a layer of dimension between two layers of cardstock that maybe are very similar. So that'll help it stand out a little more. So I did that. In addition, you can decorate. The beauty of these challenge cards is it's just doing the actual design. You can decide to flesh it out with the details, like the inks and the whatever colors and whatever ribbons and sentiments you want. And then what I did with this was I just put you'll want to have your sentiment tag go over this, and I just used a few dimensionals. I used them to get my ribbon in place and hold it there in the middle. And that's easy to do, and that won't move. I just put my order in for free shipping today, and I think there's not an order I put in that doesn't have dimensionals on it. They are the best. So, kind of a go-to, right? And then we're going to line that up right in the middle like that. So let me go ahead and get this off. I may have to take it off camera for just a second so I can see more. But maybe not. Does someone out there, any of you, have your cards all done and sent? I am not that person right now. Okay, I've got that on there. Then these are already held in by the dimensionals. So I can turn that over and get my little tape doggy up here and get some tape on that. And once we've done that, we'll put a little glue and we'll have one on the front. I usually don't finish the cards out, but I just felt like making a card with you all tonight. I should have some Christmas music on in the background. Wouldn't that be fun? I have had it on off and on throughout the day as I've been working today. Anyone done any fun things? Hi, Sharon. Welcome in. Who's been to a Christmas thing this past weekend? Concert. This is the time of year for all those music or choral high school gatherings where they're singing. I'm not going to adhere my inside panel just yet because I want to stamp that, and I'll do that part later. I had these gold holly leaves. I think they were from last year. So I was determined to use them up a little bit. So let's get those in here. Okay, I don't know where this one is. Probably that one. Putting these on, I think mini glue dots are your best bet. What do you think of the new setup? You have 15 more cards to do. I haven't counted. I know I have more to do, but I'm not to the point of... I've got my customers figured out, like I said, but I have not pulled out my family book yet. And I know I've got to make a lot more if I'm sending all homemade to them. Sometimes I might, full confession, do a mix with them. Let's see, do I want it up or down? I want this one I don't have any red. I'm going to have to put some red over here like I did. With these, I had more to work with, and I put some red in there. So I think I'll just put this over here. Maybe up here. Hard to know. That's my favorite thing, is to use little glue dots. I'm going to put, I have these berries. I think these have been sold out though, unfortunately. These were cherry cobbler, and I think, whoop, take your pick tool, cherry cobbler and kind of a clear. Actually, I want the clear to go over here. And tuck that in right in here. And then I'm going to put a few red ones hiding up. Maybe I'll just put some white ones hiding up in here. I don't know if the red ones make sense with there not being any red showing. Let's take one and put one up here. This is my favorite thing to do with take your pick tool and embellishments. You can move them around just about anywhere you want and get an idea of where you want that to actually go. I think I'll just put a berry right down here. No, right up here. It'll balance these down here a little more. So that's done. So there's our challenge card. And just remember, it's all in the cutting of your paper to get those pieces. And then I still have this many more to complete. Not easy to put back in, is it? Because I cut it upside down, that's why, remember? Aha! So that's the magic of making these cards. So, but anyway, as far as that goes, this challenge card, I'm going to let it run all the way to the 30th, because I know there's a big day in between there. So that hopefully will give you time. And you probably need some Christmas cards anyway, so you can pull out your Christmas stuff and just create things with that. Let me see. I do have a few more things. Let me switch this around here. There we are. Thank you all for watching tonight. I did have to cancel. I did have a kit together scheduled for this Saturday, and I had very low attendance on that. And with as many things as we're all doing, I thought it would be best just to reschedule that in the new year. So I'll let you know when that comes up. And like I said, those challenge cards will be due the 30th. But other than that, let me check again on my comments down here. Oh, hi, Sylvia. It's okay. You can watch it later on a replay. We've come to the end. So I'm just saying thank you all. Thank you for all your support over this year and for always coming and crafting together and creating this community that we enjoy so much. And I really want to wish everyone a wonderful holiday, a wonderful Christmas, however you celebrate, with whoever you celebrate. I just hope you have the best time ever. And let's not try to stress. Let's try to enjoy, right? That's what the holiday is supposed to be for. Enjoying one another and the peace and beauty of the season. So thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you in the new year virtually, unless I'm seeing you in person in the meantime. Good night.